Welcome back. It's time now to take a look at the top business stories. Businessmen urge central bank to revise new lending regulations. Top banking institutions honored at Banker Middle East Industry Award. And Fed cuts growth forecast and leaves interest rates unchanged. Let's look at the UAE stock markets first. The DFM and ADX ended the week in the red yet another day after index compiler MSCI delayed the decision to reclassify the UAE stock market until December. The DFM lost 0.8% to close at 1,537 points. Ema Properties fell 1.3%, despite that the developer was started with a strong buy recommendation by Global Investment House. Arab Tech Holding lost 3.1% and Dia Development 0.7%. Best performer was Takaful Emirate. The insurer added 1.1% today. 99 million shares were traded, valued at 131 million dirhams. And over in the capital, the ADX lost 0.6% to close at 2,716 points, with the industrial sector losing the most. Gulf Cement Company dropped 10%, followed by Arkan Building Materials Company, which fell 3.9%. National Bank of Abu Dhabi was also among the losers with a minus of 2.1%. EFG Hermes cut the UAE's second-largest lender to neutral from buy. The real estate sector was also down. Alder Properties lost 3.7% and Surur Real Estate 3.1%. Etisalat, however, gained 0.5%. 46 million shares were traded, valued at 89 million dirhams. And let's now look at the GCC equity markets. The country's main benchmarks ended mainly lower today. Businessmen are urging the UAE central bank to review new lending regulations, stating that the new rules are discouraging investments. However, the chairman of the board of directors of the central bank, Mohammed Sharif Al Fouladi, stated that the central bank is looking at a model to ease lending in the country. He added that the local banks are very stable with a strong liquidity base, which they should take advantage of for future growth. As the banking sector in the UAE is seeing a positive outlook, industry experts and finance executives gathered at a gala dinner to celebrate this year's Banker Middle East Industry Awards. 100 banks were surveyed by CPI Financial, of which 45 won in different categories. Award-winning criteria included banks' assets, liabilities, total income, and net profit. Also, one criteria was how much profit a bank earned across other GCC countries. This year, Jordan and Morocco were included. CPI Financial also announced that the top 100 banks in the Middle East had assets worth $1.4 trillion, with total net profits amounting to $21.7 billion. The Banker Middle East Industry Awards is an acknowledgement to the banking sector in its effort to improve its performance.
We've gone to the bank's annual reports. We've looked at how they actually performed, how they performed in comparison with 2009, how they performed against each other. What we've produced is a clear and transparent process that rewards not the biggest banks, but the best performing banks. And that's important because we want to show people that these awards mean something for the banks that win them. It's a reward for their performance, for them doing well.
You know, corporate governance is easier said than done. It composes a lot of things, but in brief, it's connecting the board of directors with the bank to have certain set of policies to make the board of directors fully aware of what happens inside of the bank, and the shareholders also knowing everything inside of the bank. So there is a lot of policies that has to be taken, designed to accomplish that corporate governance issue.
Mobile phone roaming charges in the Gulf region will become cheaper by 30% beginning next month. The GCC Telecoms ministers, for the second time since September last year, agreed to reduce the cost of roaming, the money that operators charge customers who use their mobile phones while traveling in other countries. The 30% cut will apply in all 6 GCC countries, Mohammed Al Ghanim, the Director General of the UAE's Telecommunications Regulatory Authority, told a local paper. And in our fast financial news, the Emirates Central Cooling Systems Corporation, also called Empower, announced that it will clear the final installment of its 200 million HSBC loan facility on July 1st. It will repay the money in 5 annual installments. The loan was used to build the Empower plant and network in Jumeirah Beach residence, which took 7 years starting in 2004. And after the break, we'll run you through what's making the headlines in international business today.